A while ago, we got a new mob. The ghast that was attacking us in the nether can be our friend now. After a few days I finished designing my version. Then I thought I'd build a small, completely different Moc. After a long climb above the clouds, it was waiting for us. The Happy Ghast. This will be my 13th Minecraft Moc, and this time it will be something completely different, because this time I'll focus on the mob, and build it the display stand it deserves. In this episode you'll see my version of the Happy Ghast. I'll say a few words about the instructions, and build some interesting terrain, so pickaxe in hand, and let's get started. I think everyone already knows what Happy Ghast is. The mob appeared in the game a few months ago. I thought I'd try making my own version. And so, after a few days of trying various strange techniques, the mob is ready. At the end of this episode, I'll say a few words about the instructions, which will be available soon. The terrain I plan to build is nothing special, just simple, sharp mountains that could be generated in several biomes. Since the Happy Ghast is a flying mob, it will be waiting for players high in the mountains. As I said in the previous video, I'll be choosing a player's minifig for each project. In this case, these skins will appear. I haven't used them yet. I think they'll fit perfectly. They appear in two sets: the Wolf Stronghold and the Warden Encounter. No new block will appear in this project, but I want to show you something else. Something that will appear in my project. If you want to know more, then wait for the rest of this episode. The Happy Ghast will arrive at the end of the build, once everything is ready, so I'm starting with the baseplate. It will be a very small Moc, the smallest baseplate, because it's only 15 by 10 Minecraft blocks. But that doesn't mean the project will be small. I'll be building it upwards. Of course, I made a mistake with the size, and I had to enlarge the baseplate with one additional Minecraft block. This Moc won't have any large areas with tiles, so I'll add a few now. The terrain I'm building is a standard biome, so there won't be any unexpected blocks or ores. It's basically a large display stand for the Happy Ghast. It's time for the first serious detail, the tracks. This time I build them differently than before. I am constantly testing different techniques, and I haven't used this one yet. The technique is quite simple. I use these modified plates. I mount them in the slot, and I press a texture into the middle. Good and nice. But it also has one drawback. We have to build 4 blocks at a time. Once the tracks are ready, it's time for another small detail, the minecart. I tried making it differently, but after a while I went back to the previous technique. There's even space inside for 1 block, so of course there will be TNT here. I built the minecart in the same way as in my Lush Cave Moc, so if you want to see a different track technique, check out this Moc. A moment later I returned to building the terrain. I added 3 layers and outlined the bottom of my design. In the front, on the right, you can see the entrance to the mine cave. When I have space, I always like to add some interior, this time too. And when I have all the details ready, I can add some mobs. I think the creeper will be the perfect choice. Good old creeper, always in my heart. The cave is almost ready, and I thought I'd add one more detail, a wooden mineshaft structure. Due to the track construction, it's 3 blocks wide. Previously I always made 4 blocks, and I think the 4 is the best for Lego Minecraft. I can finally leave this cave. It's much nicer on the surface. Fresh air and trees. 1, to be precise, that will appear in my Moc. A classic oak tree. Nothing special. The structure is the same as always. The tree is built to fit the terrain, so I can place it. And it's done. It looks very nice. I've divided the terrain into 2 parts. I built some pretty high mountains in those places. There hasn't been any speed build in this episode yet, so let's get started. And the finished mountains looks like this. The total height is 28 Minecraft blocks. Pretty cool, right? The area is ready. There are still some minor details left to finish the construction. So I added some yellow flowers and grass. Nothing special. Everything you'd find in the mountains. Now I am getting to the most interesting stuff. And here comes the Minecraft cloud. I never thought I'd built it before. But I thought it would be the one the Happy Ghast would be attached to. The construction is quite simple. I built 2 layers and connected them on the sides. Everything was made to match the mountains. I think it's a very cool idea and something new for my projects. And that's my Happy Ghast. Let me start by saying that it might be great at detecting earthquakes. Just move it a little, and it will swing around for a while. The instructions are available because I built it in the Studio app. So I thought that if the episode gets 300 thumbs up, I'd upload the free PDF instructions. What do you think? If you agree, you know what to do. The Happy Ghast was quite difficult to build. I made several versions. I wanted the stats on the sides of the harness to be invisible. So I built everything using the snot technique. There's space at the top for the minifigures. They can fly anywhere they want. This version has permanently built-in goggles. So if you wanted to make a version with the goggles app, I'd have to modify the front of this mop a bit. What's important? It's easy to make a different color version here. For example, red or green. And there's a little surprise inside. You'll find it in the instructions. Once everything is ready, it's time for the final step, adding the mobs. And this is what my new mock looks like. The Happy Ghast. And a very large display stand for it. And what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Remember, as soon as I get 300 thumbs up, I'll share the PDF instruction for free. I have a few other designs ready, so I'm sure something new will appear soon. But I'm also thinking about a few other mocks, so we'll see. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!